Morning.
He's here today.
He's here today. We've invited all three candidates on our show. And so this morning, it's your turn, Congressman Schweikert. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
By for a chat. Well, we got to talk about the stalemate in Washington and this insurance thing. It's very complicated. We know that, but you know, I know you've tried to repeal it in the past, the ACA, and nothing ever has taken shape instead of that.
But understand, the premium support that's being asked for is the stack on top of the stack.
Right.
This wasn't even part of the discussion 2 weeks ago. This is one of those where I think a handful of our Democrat senators got beaten up for agreeing to this exact same bill last March, so the appropriators could finish their work. And they needed an excuse to, let's be honest, keep their base ginned up. This is absurd. I mean, I thought this would go 2 days, and here we are at 10. What we're talking about is during COVID, there was a plus up. So here's all the subsidies that are mandatory spending. There was this additional spending, which would cost $450 billion over 10 years. So let's call it $40 billion next year. But this was for much higher income folks. And it was to help during COVID. It was the Democrats that set it up to expire at the beginning of this next year. We can work on it, but you can't work on it in an extortion fashion. So it breaks my heart because we're doing political theater instead of quality finance.
So how do you get through this period? I mean, somebody's got to budge somewhere.
Well, there's the frustrating thing is those of us in the House, you know, we did exactly what we did last March where we had Democrats actually help us. But many of the Democrat senators who are now fearful of primaries are engaging in sort of a theater of they're trying to pacify the folks who are angry with them. And so what happens when you have a shutdown that now seems to be driven by political consultants, not actually policy?
And we know it's going to go till at least Tuesday now. What do you say to the folks who are not getting paid, not getting a paycheck, continue to work?
I'm so sorry, because this is absurd. It's horrible economics. It's horrible government policy. And you start to understand how dysfunctional the process is. You have a country that borrows $70,000 every second. Every second, we borrow $70,000. And we're incapable of even just keeping the government open, let alone taking on our incredible debt demographics.
Well, we'll really hope that it moves forward because something needs to give.
And there's solutions. You just need people to stop the theater, though.
Okay, let's talk about you running for governor. Why do you want to leave Washington and run for governor of Arizona? I guess it can be obvious.
Yeah, in some ways we just talked about it.
And what would you do differently than Governor Hobbs now?
Well, first off, one of the reasons I've thrown everything I have. I have introduced, like right now I have $3.3 trillion in bills that would save. I can't even get a single co-sponsor on the Republican side or Democrat side. And I'm in a swing district. Look, I'm blessed. I chair the Joint Economic Committee. I'm number 4 on Ways and Means. I have a handful of PhD economists. We do really good work. And I can't move anything in Congress. It is absolutely intellectually frozen. So if you can't save Congress, maybe you can save Arizona. The reality of it is, if you're in the neighborhood we're in right now, if you haven't had about a 28% pay hike in the last couple of years, you are poorer today than you were 4 years ago. We were the epicenter of inflation. And the policies coming out of the governor's office, and I would argue collectively as a community, we need to come together and start saying prosperity is moral. People being able to pay their bills at the end of the month is moral. But that isn't the policies we're getting from this governor's office right now.
And you think you can make that change? Let's talk about your two opponents for the primary here. You've known them for a very long time.
I've known them almost my entire life.
They're also backed by President Trump, and we have not heard that for you. Do you think that's going to play against or for you?
It cuts both ways. Look, I probably do more work with the White House than most members of Congress combined because of chairing the Joint Economic Committee. As I walk out this door, I have a conference with the economists in the White House. I'm getting in the rate 8 months after everyone else. You know, the president had already stepped in. I'm hoping our story of an actual conservative who actually wants prosperity, believes in traditional conservatism, is the step that I will get everyone's vote. And I think we've demonstrated the ability to win. Look, I am the Democrats. I am Nancy Pelosi's and the Democrat leadership's most expensive loss in America. They come at me every 2 years, and we beat them. It's time we actually start to win again.
All right. Well, listen, thank you for your time. We're out of time. I just wanted to mention this. Yesterday, Congressman Biggs said that people making up to $600,000 a year could, in fact, get free insurance. And the Joint Committee on Taxation said that's not true. And you're saying it is true.
It's a little more complex. What you actually have to do is the income subsidies come in. And then you actually do the calcs on the tables.
Yeah.
If you had a family of 5.
Yeah.
I have one of my tables, because I know it's an
15
actual person.
seconds if you can.
Someone that was making $500,000 here in the community, and they were getting about $4,500 in subsidy.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Congressman
Yeah,
Schweikert.
thank you so much. Good luck to you.
Best of
I'm sure
luck.
we'll be talking to you down the road.